Well, this is an update since my last video. I've gone, the company I went with is a mega carrier. I'm not going to be naming them. I've sent them in more than one way an email asking for permission to use their name, and also a couple other things. In case I refer anyone to them, I wanted to have a direct telephone number to the recruiter, and if she wasn't available, for it to go into an email account for a voicemail account for just that number. Also, um, there's a couple other things I wanted from them. It's kind of in the minutia, but it's basically to make sure that if I do make a referral, that I have clear evidence that it made. What I don't like is where I'd be asking you to, well, when you call them, make sure you give them this code. With this company, there's a certain code that each driver has. Instead of just a telephone number directly call, anyone call that number. Well, that number was specifically set up, and it would be only promoted on my videos. So there's no discussion about who referred you or who didn't refer you. It was, you'd only be calling that number if you saw it on my videos. And then there's also just our stuff like they have a 90-day referral limit, which is if you don't sign up with them within 90 days of them calling you, then the person who referred you won't get the referral bonus. Well, this is a YouTube channel. My goal is to make regular content for it. And so I may persuade you, not now, maybe later on, to do it. You might call to just find out some information, but decide not to go then. But then later on, because possibly you're watching my videos, you go, okay, I'll give it another call. It's just, now I've been told by trainers at this company, one was, well, two were adamant that this company was never going to let me do this YouTube channel and name them publicly. But I got a call from a higher up in this company, and they're all excited about it and saying that there's already a couple other YouTubers that are publicly naming that they work for this company, and that one of them has over 20,000 subscribers, and he's making really good money off of the referrals that he's making for the company. So it's questionable right now. I think the best course for me to take right now is to just not name them. Just refer to them as a major carrier, a national carrier. They are one of the largest carriers. You can, in comment sections, if you want to, you can take your guess of what the major carrier is. This might not be them not wanting me to make this. It might just be because of the requests I made, and there's more than one, that it may take a while for them to approve it. I don't know. I will say this, that if this company does not approve me publicly naming them, then I will be very much interested in going working for someone else, because I've talked to a trucking YouTuber, and he makes good money off of the referrals that he makes for his trucking company. And he just thinks it's foolish not to be able to name the trucking company. And it's not like, if I publicly name them, I went with them. I'm not under duress going with them. So it's not like I'm referring you to a trucking company that is bad, because I'm working for them myself, and I have no desire to work for a horrible trucking company. So it's just an update. I'm going to go ahead and there's some videos I want to make that really don't need to name who my trucking company is. I have been during its orientation time, and I'm still in the training period for, I'm past orientation. I'm in the training period for this company. This company provides they move around shipping containers, and it's a very different job than I've ever done before. Of course, I've been doing lots of different trucking jobs over this time that I've been a trucker. It's very driving around in rail yards. It's quite dangerous. You're working around vehicles, trains and cranes that could easily crush you. And more than one trainer, more than one manager has said at least once a year, one of their trucks gets run over by these larger vehicles. And there's lots of them. All these railroad yards have their own way of doing things and their own application that you have to use. And they very much make you feel like almost like you're unwanted. They don't really seem to treat you well. They don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just very new at this thing. Some aspects of this, the recruiter said I'd be traveling a lot further than I am. I mean, that I would be seeing California and Florida, and no, this job just has me travel around within 5 states: Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and I guess rarely Missouri. There's what is it called, rail tours or yard tours, where you're just going from one railroad yard to another. There's no one railroad company in America, and there's very few railroad companies, very few cities that have more than 2 railroads going to them. So in fact, a lot of cities only have 1 railroad going to them. So if you're wanting to ship something from one US city to another US city by rail, you will commonly have to have that shipping container transferred from one railroad company to another railroad company. And there are certain key points where you can easily do that among the many railroad companies, and Chicago is one of them. It's just, if you look at the map of the United States of America, Lake Michigan, kind of like a gigantic dagger down into America, and then all railroads kind of have to go through it to get to the rest of the country. And so there's a really key point, if you're in Chicago, to have shipping containers move between different railroads. So if you're coming here, you can hook up to a railroad that's going down, and that sort of thing. So that's kind of like why it's very busy there. I'm going to be on what's called a weekend wrap, and that means I work over Saturday, Sunday. Becky, my girlfriend, is retired, and she being retired, and I don't have kids, and all her kids have kids, so none of them are living here at home. So it really doesn't make sense to not do weekend wrap when it's actually a much higher pay than those who work either Monday through Friday. They make the least amount of money. And then those who are willing to work one weekend day or the other weekend day, I work both weekend days. My days off right now are scheduled to be Tuesday, Wednesday. And so I'm making much more pay. Again, it is kind of like a local, how can you put this? Local drivers make the least amount of money in the trucking industry because truckers want to be home. They want to be home every day, and they want to be home every weekend. So trucking companies like the beverage company I worked for before this, pay really the kind of the least amount of money because there are so many truckers that want to be home every night and home every weekend. And so this trucking company, this major carrier I'm working for, this is not considered an OTR job. It's considered a regional job, and it truly is a regional job, kind of like half a region. And so if you want Monday through Friday, they're going to pay you less because then everyone wants the weekend off. And they pay you, what they pay Monday through Friday is what you'd probably make it for OTR for the average trucking company. Then you'd make, and we're paid CPM, no guarantee weekly minimum. And then you're paid more if you're willing to work one day of the weekend, and you're paid the most if you're willing to work 2 days of the weekend. And again, to me, it really doesn't matter. And in fact, having Tuesday, Wednesday off will actually work in my favor for other things that I want to be doing. So I went with that. And there's other aspects of this trucking company that bit of a disappointment. You don't get a refrigerator in your truck. You can, buy one and put one in. A lot of truckers use ice boxes. It's just a cheap. And the truckers say, yeah, this is when it comes to equipment, this company's cheap. And there's no excuse for that. Just none. If a trucking company hires a trucker and they're regularly staying several days at a stretch in their truck, that truck is their home. Okay. It's not a day cab. And apparently even the trucks are shorter than I'm used to. I really don't know how long I'm going to be staying with this company. I was really hoping to see the country again. I was looking forward to having a nicer truck, but they pay really well. And so I'll keep with them. My plan is to stay with them until I'm debt free. And I don't have that much debt. I talked to my brother. I think he's the one that said that what I owe is half of what he owes for one of his cars. But I've always hated being in debt. If you're a trucking company, you'd like me to come work for you, reach out on my channel page, which you just have to click my name on, Pepper Jack Trucking. You'll see it, and then there's a page called About, and there's my email address. You can contact me there. But for right now, I'm tired of talking to recruiters. I'm tired of looking around. I'm tired of a lot of things. I just want to. Anyways, I'll be staying with them for at least until I'm debt free, and probably debt free and have a couple grand in the bank, and then I might look around again. I'm hoping this channel takes off. And if this channel does, then I should probably be getting offers from trucking companies. I view this as an excellent way of helping recruit for a trucking company. But I'm not going to name the trucking company because I don't want to get sued or copyright strike from them or get into trouble at work because of them. I want to have true freedom of speech, no editorial control. Don't want to have to run my videos before I put on out. But also if I name them, then I can see where possibly if you're a trucker or want to be a trucker and you want to go and work for someone, where you'd probably want to come work where I'm working at. Again, I chose this company because I consider, well, they made my final list. Not, I went with Merck Global, but that was because they were promising me a Dyna sleeper, and that recruiter lied and they didn't give it to me. So, screw them. I went with a rinky-dink little trucking company for 1 week, wasted a week with them, and they was stick, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. When I worked for a night, I broke my left arm, and let's see, there's a scar right there. And then when I worked for a beverage company, I was run over by a car that resulted in shattering that left elbow. So now I only have 2 joints in this. Fortunately, the major one, this one here, wasn't one shattered. It was more the one you use to twist your thing back and forth. So anyways, that's the current status of it. I'm hoping that they let me know one way or the other. If they say if I find out they don't want them to be named, I might start my search for another trucking company earlier than I was planning to. If they do let me name themselves, I'll stay around until at least I'm debt free. But that's where it is at now. I'm going to be putting out a couple of videos now. I'm not going to be doing the dump like I did when I worked Merck Global. I did that because I wanted to put all the videos out as I was experiencing them. Now I'm going to be putting them out probably between once a week to probably as frequent as just like once a day. It all depends how many videos I want to crank out. I'm also going to be making videos for my political channel. Very likely I'll keep doing it for my gaming channel, and then I might even put a couple out for my poker channel. I have a few channels. But I think I'll leave that right here. I just giving you an update. I've gone with a major carrier. They're of all the ones that were made my final list, they're paying the most. The average, they say, oh, 10%, our top 10% make this much money. And it's like, yeah, or whatever. I look at more when the company is willing to tell you, here's what the average makes. Well, for this company, the average makes $92,000 a year. And I have a $15,000 signing bonus. So if I can just make average, I'll make $107,000 a year. I've had trainers tell me that with this company, they pay, I won't use their terminology because that might give away who they are. Let's say per task. In addition to what you make CPM, they will pay you certain amounts for doing certain different tasks. And if you do it, you can make a lot of money. I could be making up to $140,000 a year with this company, possibly even more. But they like calling it the captain of your own ship, which is kind of I don't know about that. That sounds to me like, well, if you don't ask for this special pay, we won't pay you it. But I'll make a video about that. I'm gonna make a couple of videos right now, and I'll probably releasing them at most once a day. On my 2 days off, that's when I plan to come back here and film here. My hope was to be able to film inside the truck, but I just view that as, and I do have nice equipment all around here that I could put in the truck. And that's why I wanted to dine at Sleeper, was so that I could set up the equipment opposite the dining table, out here, where I have my lights, my camera, and then have my microphone up close and a nice, comfortable seating arrangement, and then have all this gear just permanently fixated so I don't have to set it up every time I make a video. But they won't even provide a refrigerator with this major carrier. So I think I'll just end it here, and I'll make a couple of videos.